kind of like with Prince. I mean, he was. I mean,
all over the
funk
place,
was all
right?
the core, but he loved all kinds of music. So
Yeah, and
yeah,
that's probably why we got along, because he appreciated that. He appreciated that I played piano. Like, I know that when we would do vocals, I'd always hear all the parts because I could decipher them, harmonically, because I could play and I knew how to read music. And the other two girls didn't play a instrument. He would always say, "You guys need to learn an instrument like Elisa." And I was like, but I'd always get the easy note. I mean, the soprano note is always the obvious harmony. And it was the middle note that was always hardest, that I always loved the middle note. But because I was a soprano, I never got to do the middle note. Liv got to do the middle note. So she had the hardest job. And and so it was, but man, did he put together three killer singers that meshed perfectly together. And I miss singing with Liv and Shelby. And I hope one day we can do a gig where we can all harmonize together, because that was just, it was like angels, singing with angels,
And the Welcome to America tour, the DVD, I mean, you could see when the three ladies took over with the vocals and Prince was,
so proud, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, everybody's their different styles going on, and that funky music. White Boy, you had a good spotlight on that one, and Fantastic Voyage. Shelby was going real hard as well.
Oh gosh,
yeah. So those were great moments. And the last time I saw you was December 2013, the third show out of the three at Mohegan Sun in Connecticut.
Oh wow, okay.
I think you started it off with Big City, right? I think you were singing.
Maybe.
You had a big spotlight on there, yeah.
Oh, maybe it was Superconductor. I want to be loved, Superconductor.
Oh, the Yellow song?
Yeah, I think so. I thought I did that.
I thought it was Big City. I don't know. I'll have to check, but yeah.
Maybe.
It was with Janelle Monáe opened up, and then Dougie Fresh did his DJ set.
Okay,
okay. Right. I had a question about when Prince did those like 3 dates, which were probably 3 straight nights with the set list. Did you know how far in advance that, because they pretty much change up a lot of stuff? Would it be 10 minutes before the curtain went up?
Yeah, 10 minutes before the curtain went up. And I remember scrambling many times where he'd pull something out that we hadn't done in a while, and we'd get our little tapes and go, oh gosh, what were the harmonies for that, and learn it like right then and there. Yeah. And when he had us do the sweeter he is, the longer the pain is gonna last, that thing. And then we each had our little moment, and I did my baby, I'm so hot. And he threw the towel.
That's one of the towel, yeah.
You were there?
No, I think that was the night. That was the night. Yeah. Because and the video I think was officially released, is on YouTube as well.
Yeah.
I was there because I remember the guitar solo is up there as well that he did.
Yeah.
That was fantastic. Yeah.
It was a great concert. It's so sad when I think, oh my God, if you have never seen a Prince concert, how empty is your life? Like, how you missed out on something, the most amazing experience. And I miss those concerts, and I miss it so much. And I know all the fans do. And that's why even just trying to, emote some of what Prince did in the shows with Paul Peterson and the Funk All-Stars, if we can just reach people just to give them back that moment in time, it's so important.
Because we're all still here, and we have that void to fill. Yeah, and you as well.
Love the music. We love his music. So
I got a lot of Philadelphia memories seeing Prince. First time I saw him was the 1999 tour, but in Philly I saw him at the Purple Rain tour, Electric Factory. But the funniest I don't know if I told you this before, but we saw him at the Academy of Music, and I used to live in that neighborhood when I went to Temple on 15th and Spruce.
He played the Academy of Music?
Yeah, it was 2000. Najee was playing. It was like the 5th show in the tour, and he actually referred to it as Prince did as sacrificial lamb shows. It was because it was at the beginning of the tour, like they were working things out.
Wow.
So they had like a really extensive sound check, and we're all waiting to get inside. You're hearing the music. All of a sudden, you see Prince run across Broad Street from the other side of the road. I think the hotel. in the high heels, and Aaron, the bodyguard, was trying to keep up him. He ran right through us into the venue to go to sound check.
Oh,
It
wow.
was hilarious. I mean, it was like a blur. So, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. My dad played the Academy of Music.
Yeah.
My dad was a teacher. He was a professor at Temple.
Yeah, I know. He was there. I was there 85 to 87. He was probably there. Yeah.
He was probably definitely there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Wow. Yeah. See? Well, when you get that sign from Prince with the cane, I remember you told me in the bank the jeweled cane. Yeah. Or you made the cane.
I made the cane, and then he wanted my cane, and then I said, "You can have my cane," and then he said, "No, you keep your cane." And I asked me, "Where'd you get that thing?" Because it was blinged up, and I said, "I got it at canesareus.com." And I said, and I blinged up every single one of those crystals down that lucite, cane. I don't even know where that cane is. I have no idea where that cane. I gotta find that cane.
Yeah.
It was a cool cane.
Did he need the cane or for the whole time, or sometimes it was just for style?
It was just for style. Yeah. And he wanted me to have that cane for style, and I didn't know why. I'm like, I don't have a bad hip or anything. Like, why do I have a cane? I guess he just thought it was a cool accessory. I don't know.
Yeah. And a lollipop at one point in his career.
Yeah, right? And a lollipop.
Yeah, right. What was it like? Were you surprised when Welcome to America, the album finally came out, and you have a prominent spot on there?
Yeah, I was very, very surprised when I got the call that it was going to be released. Partly because we did a whole Welcome to America tour, and it never was released during that time. Right. So to me, I felt like he wasn't really planning on releasing it. That was just my opinion.
Right.
Otherwise, he would have done it with the tour. But yeah, I was happy to have it released because we did so much work on that. I mean, we were hours in the studio, and it was nice to listen back, because I remember when we were in the process of doing it, I didn't know where he was going with some of this stuff. Like, he would just say, "Act like you're at a party, and now you're a British, talk like a British newscaster, and just say this, And it was so it was out of context, so I didn't know what it was going to sound like all together and finished. So it was nice to hear, how it was finished. And he had me kind of open the first opening line of "Stand Up and Be Strong."
Yeah, the Soul Asylum song, yeah.
And I didn't even like my take on that first line. I was like, I could have done that better. Like, why did he take that take? But it was released. So
yeah. Do you have anything off the top of your head that I'm sure has not been released and that of in the vault, like concert-wise, videos or recordings?
I'd love to see the Abu Dhabi video. I mean, it may be released. I just don't know. But we did a concert in Abu Dhabi, and that was spectacular. What else? There were some songs back in the day when I recorded when I was 19 that I would love to hear. I know Ooby Doop kind of made it out a while ago, but and when I heard it, I'm like, I don't remember doing that song. But then there was a song called "If You Wanna Dance" that's definitely in the vault. That totally sounds like a Sheena Easton tune, and it was at the height of my high voice. And he was singing backgrounds, and it was such a cool little tune. And it was just a demo, but it would be cool to play it. It's like, how they go? Stop looking at me with that silly grin. That kind of attitude's gonna do you in. I'm wishing for my body for night and day, and pretending that you don't, boy. Give me a break. Oh, if you got something to say, boy, then say it. If you're gonna make my day, boy, then make it. If you wanna run, hey, if you really wanna dance, let's get up on the floor. But if you just want romantic, gotta do a little bit more. If you wanna dance, it's a really cool.
That's smoking, yeah.
It's smoking, and he's like doing like, if you got something to say, boy, then say it. He does all these weird voices, and it's very, dark in the transition. But I remember specifically on that song, I was doing this as I was singing, and I was getting ahead of it. And he stopped me and he said, "Do it half. Do
Okay.
halftime when you sing, because then you're going to be in the groove of it instead of rushing. So that's something I teach my students when I teach. I'm like, because if they're like doing this, I'm like,
Mhm.
do this when you sing
Okay.
instead of this.
Take it down.
Or
Yeah.
or I wasn't hitting some of the notes and I was a little bit flat, which not normally flat, but he's like, lift your eyebrows and then it'll be sharper. And it's just a natural thing that happens. Your eyebrows go up and the vocal goes up. So I learned a lot of little things from Prince.
Yeah.
He was the greatest teacher of all.
Do you with your students, do you reference Prince and some of the stuff that he taught you that?
Yeah. Oh, I tell
Yeah.
them.
Right.
Like Prince told me back in the
Oh,
day.
okay.
I do that.
Right.
And I think the best thing about teaching is taking somebody who's totally scared, totally nervous, insecure, and giving them confidence to get out and do it. And there's a lot of local things that I take my students out, and I don't just send them to the wolves. I actually go to these things and I'm there breathing with them and getting them to not be nervous and shaking them before they go on stage and getting all the jitters out, because it's important. When you're singing, you have to have breath, and if you don't have if you have nerves, it takes away your breath control and therefore it will mess you up. So I teach them how to take little little quick breaths before they go on, so their diaphragm wakes up and it's ready and it's not going to be nervous. So it's a lot of little pointers I have from being in it so many years.
Do you how about as a part of an ensemble with like Liv and Shelby, as opposed to being front and center on the stage? Is it a different kind of nerves before a show?
Yeah, it's way less nerve-wracking than being the solo artist. Actually, it's very relaxing. Knowing you have two other people that the three of you hold each other up, and it's just there's like a comfort in that. And honestly, ever since I was a little girl, I love harmonizing. My grandmom, my dad's mom, would come over from Florida with her little cassette tapes, and we would sing together for hours and just do it in harmony. Like I would harmonize every line. Like I am harmony queen. I love harmonizing and finding strange harmonies. So when I met Prince and I saw what he did harmonically with things, I was just like, oh yeah, this is so cool. I love this guy.
Right.
He thinks of all these cool little harmonies. So I always wanted to sing with two other girls. And so that happened when I kind of put it out in the universe. And there I am singing with two amazing singers whose blend is just like you wouldn't think. But like everybody, Liv's voice is different, Shelby's voice is different, and my voice is different. And together it sounds like I said, the angels are singing. I mean, it just has this, and it's like weird how he knew that those three voices would just really blend beautifully.